Hello guys. Today I'm just gonna be doing like a story time. So yeah. I have like 3 stories I can tell. Let's see. Okay. When I was younger, I had to get stitches in my head. I can't remember. Actually, I can't remember if it was stitches or glue. It might have been glue, but still. When I was younger, I was quote smart. I was quote smart. But yeah, I was at this like kind of daycare thing, and I think I was like 7 or 8, and I was at like this daycare thing, and they had us go out to like quote recess, and we had like a playground out there and things like that, but like, it wasn't like, well, I had like a lot of friends there and stuff like that, as I like kind of should, like, because anyway, I miss them actually. Anyway, I was going to like go out there and like, play games and stuff like that. And literally when I got out there, all the kids were like playing games and stuff like that, like board games. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'll go play board games with them, like, because there was nothing else to do. But when I went over there, I was like running and like I was excited to like go play and stuff because I was like younger and like, but yeah, I was like about to go and play with them when like I didn't notice that there was like all these little tiny rocks on the ground, and I slipped, and where the playground was, it's like raised over there, and I hit my head on like the framing of the playground. I was sitting there for a second because adrenaline. I had adrenaline, and I wasn't crying for a minute or two, but then it like started to hurt, like, it started to hurt. And what I did was I started crying like any normal kid would. And I had like put my hands on my head and I was like crying and like yelling for like the teacher to come over there because I was like, teacher, it hurts. And so I finally got the teacher over there after like 2 minutes of like crying and yelling and and she was like, oh my gosh, what happened? And she like takes me inside, and all the other teachers are like, whoa, what happened? And I was like over there crying, and they're just like, whoa, what do we do? What's happened? Go call her mom, things like that, It was crazy. And so I like, the tiny child I was like crying, and they had put me on the counter and stuff, like to sit on the counter. And I was just sitting there after like 30 minutes not crying as much, but like still like, tearing up, but my mom finally gets there after like an hour, I think, and like rushes me to the doctor or Actually, I don't even remember if it was a doctor or urgent care or a hospital. I don't even know. But they took me, like, in immediately, and they were, like, looking at me and wondering what to do and things like that. And I was just sitting there on that table. Like, actually, I was laying down at this point. I was laying down on that table, like, what happened? What do I do? Why does my head hurt? What's going on, you know? And, the doctor finally comes in and says, does she want to get stitches or glue? Okay, now I remember if it was stitches or glue now. And, my mom was like, she was like, what do you want? And I was like, I don't want neither. And they're just like, you gotta choose one. And I'm just like, can I choose? What is stitching? And they're just like, it's where you put a needle. And right as I heard needle, I'm just like, I want glue. And then they're just like, okay. And then they get out the glue and things like that to get it ready and stuff like that. They were prepping. I remember just sitting there on that table in the blue light because they had like a blue light on. I remember just sitting there being like, what is happening? And, you know, and so I was waiting for them to, like, you know, finish prepping so that I could, like, know what was going on. And they finally finished prepping. And what I did was I was like, is it going to hurt? And they're just like, nah, it shouldn't. And I'm just like, okay. And they're just like, okay, ready? I'm just like, no. And they're just like, okay. And then they started to work on it, and I'm just like, I had my hands clenched and my toes curled the entire time, and my mom could tell I was like, what is going on? Why am I being worked on and stuff like that? And I was like, ow, it burns. And they're just like, it shouldn't burn. And I'm just like, but it burns. And they were like kind of giggling too at some of the comments I made. And I was just like, ow, it burns. And they're just like, it shouldn't burn. And then finally they got finished and they said to sit there for a little bit and wait for the glue to dry and things like that. They had like a light on me at that point to like dry the glue. Like, you know how you put like gel nails on and like you have to put them underneath a special light that like hardens the nails or the glue or whatever. That's kind of what that was. And yeah, I was so confused, and now I have a scar on my head to this day, and it's fun. Some people have actually called me Harry Potter, and it's kind of funny. But yeah, that is my story time. I will actually probably do this again. This was actually fun. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye, my little aliens.